Do not know who I
There
am.
we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Anna. Welcome to Instagram.
GYC. Hello.
That was fast.
We are sitting here.
Hey, how you doing?
Los Tres Amigos, just hanging out.
Bueno.
I don't speak Spanish.
We are super duper live right now, fellas.
Super duper
live. You know what we could have done? We could have taken like a blanket and just wrapped it around all of us so we looked like a three-headed something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, the time is 6:58. My Siri just turned on, but it is 6:58 indeed. So as you guys are jumping in, welcome. My name is Jesse.
Hi.
This is
Baker.
And this is
Bacon.
You don't know how to do that. You know why? Oh. my Apple Watch is just like, you're Jesse. It's like, that is true.
Thank you, Siri.
Welcome.
I am Jesse. So, Joy, are we live on the Grove Youth Culture page for Instagram or my personal page right now? Okay, very cool. Well, because the phone popped up, it had a notification saying Grove Youth Culture is now live on Instagram, and I was like, hold on. There is another Grove Youth Culture which is trying to steal our spotlight, and that just can't be okay.
No.
Like, high fives, my guys. Boom! Just let go of me, jeez.
Ew.
All right, guys. Hey, it is almost 7 o'clock. As you're tuning in,
Not quite.
what have you guys been up to? Like anything fun? Anything like that? I want to give a shout out to everybody on Instagram who's tuned in today.
That's you guys.
All the people on Facebook.
That's you guys.
This is actually really weird. This is the first time that we've hosted with 3 people all sitting on stools in a row. It's kind of strange. So also, if you notice, there's like this purple glow like right behind all of our butts.
Yeah.
So that's
Heck yeah.
weird. It's a Taco Bell, guys.
Or the
Wait,
light.
Taco Bell.
They could see the light.
Oh.
No, they can't. Block the lights. Block the lights. There we go. On Instagram it works. You guys on Facebook and everything. There's purple lights up there. Why? Because we love Barney. So here we're here though. It is 7 o'clock. GYC live. It is officially summertime. Woo! Done with school.
Heck yeah.
Congratulations. Don't make summer a waste.
No.
I don't know what that means for you, but someone out there that spoke to, because I'm dropping sick bars over here on Instagram Live. Hey, welcome everyone joining in here. It is 7 o'clock. We are giving people some time to jump in, to join us live. Baker has actually been practicing a speech he wants to give all of us leading up to this current moment. So Baker, speech.
Yeah, honestly, it's just a couple things I want to say to anybody who's watching, the tens of thousands of people watching just right now.
The masses who are watching on Instagram Live right now.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
the masses. Don't let anything stop you.
Amen.
Be you and achieve everything.
Gonna preach.
Reach for the
That'll
stars.
preach.
All right, don't just reach for the moon. Reach for the stars.
All right. Okay.
Stars
all
are
right.
far.
That's enough. You've gone too far.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right. Hey, 7:01. Man, that was only like 30 seconds. My Siri's back on. Hey Siri, what's my name?
You're asking me?
Yes. Yes, I am, Siri. I am asking you. So, hey, who has plans for the 4th of July? Go ahead and drop whatever platform you're on, what you're doing for the 4th in the comments. We would really like to know what all of your plans are for the 4th of July. It's going to be great to know. So, Bacon, what are your plans for the 4th? Sweet, sounds like fun. Baker, what are you doing for the 4th of July?
No plans.
No plans. Man, that is almost as good as what Bacon's doing. Almost as good.
I totally have plans.
Hey, I know he's there
We're
in the
going to a
comments
friend's
too.
house.
I actually want to give a shout out to someone very special, very near and dear to my heart personally. It is not my puppy. It is not my cat. It's, sometimes my wife. She's in the back. Joy, can you yell hi for everyone?
Hello.
Joy's in the back. She is running tech for us tonight because she's amazing. But I do want to give a shout out to the very special birthday boy. His name is Jackson Baumgart. Woo! Go ahead and wish Jackie Poo a happy birthday in the comments, because it is his birthday. So happy birthday, Jackson.
Should we sing him happy birthday right now?
Probably not. That would be horrible.
You guys at home,
Yeah.
sing happy birthday
Probably.
right now.
No. In the comments.
Wherever you are.
In the comments, sing happy
just start
birthday.
singing happy birthday in the comments. I guess that's what we can do. Hey, the time is 7:03. If there is a friend out there who is not tuned in right now, who you know needs to be here, I need you to go ahead and message that friend and say, hey, what the heck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Please
get in here.
tune in to GYC Live.
Ooh, that's
because
good.
It's going to be so
Lit.
great.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Hey, couple of quick announcements, and then we'll jump into a quick game here. Something that is happening next week is we have Josh Bacon, who's going to be in the house, bringing the word, the Devo. We've got Zoom groups happening next week. It's going to be great. Are you excited, Bacon?
I am so excited to share the message next week.
This is like
I gotta build the anticipation
gotta work on
in
those
my
pauses.
sentences.
Don't worry, you succeeded. So anyway, Bacon's gonna be here next week. He's gonna be sharing. It's gonna be awesome. Don't miss it, you guys. It really is gonna be great. Bacon dropping straight fire bars here
Heck yeah.
next week.
I'm actually bringing
What that
like fire bars because Jesse's not gonna be.
You don't even know what that means. You don't even know it.
It's either
Don't. Here, I'm the one with the bomber jacket. Don't try to be hip, okay? Like,
So I have to get a bomber jacket.
you do have to get a bomber jacket.
It's
It's
a requirement.
required.
Is that how I have to
For
graduate?
your internship. It is required. So, hey, so that's one announcement. Also, I'm going to say just a couple words. You guys probably saw it in the comments, but Summer Nights, The Great Outdoors, July 15th. More info coming soon. That's all I'm going to say about that, but it is going to be great. So, I have this neon green bucket. Why do you ask? Because we are going to play a game. So this game is a personal favorite of mine, but it is actually Chubby Bunny. If you look, there's just a bunch of marshmallows in this bucket here. So, Facebook, you see?
Yep.
All of the marshmallows. You're not Facebook, shut your mouth. So,
They're not pig pong
here's
balls.
what is different though, is I also have these wooden bamboo skewers, and I'm actually going to feed Bacon and Baker the marshmallows. They're not just sitting here without a purpose, but you could say
Sometimes.
this is like a large chopstick. So whenever you guys are ready, we're probably going to start with Bacon.
Because it's already in your hand.
Yes. So here it is. There we go. There, you little airplane. Here it comes. There you go.
I'd like to
Chubby Bunny.
Don't chew it.
I wasn't doing
You're
that.
not-
I'm putting it over here.
I heard chewing. Baker, say
I'm not chewing.
ah. Okay. Could you guys please say it, please?
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Okay. Here's another one right here. Weren't expecting it to happen that
Chubby
quickly.
Bunny.
All right, Baker, you ready?
Oh, you're gentle with him.
All right, please say it.
Chubby Bunny.
Okay.
Good job.
You know, let's go ahead and up the ante here. Let's do 2 marshmallows.
Why?
Also, you have to phrase it as a question.
There you go. All right, Baker, are you ready for your 2 marshmallows?
No.
Guys, look at this. Makes you just want to go be making s'mores. Here we go. Baker! Are you a man? Want to... Come on. There you go. Thank you. There we go. All right, probably go back down to 1. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Say it. Didn't really work. Baker? Come on, dude. He just spat marshmallow all the way out. That was so gross. Baker's gone. Come on, Baker. Baker! Come back to the camera. Come back to the camera. Can you say it? I don't know if that counts. Dude, this guy's got a small mouth. That's only like 4 marshmallows. What? Dude, they're liquefying. That is, ugh. All right, here, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. You're not in front of the camera. That's really gross. Baker, are you just gonna eat them? He's just eating all the marshmallows.
It's food, man.
Is disgusting.
That is gross.
Oh,
You know, I was wondering why those marshmallows were turning into liquid then.
saliva.
Hey! Try to read the comments.
Round
People are...
number 2. You
Number
guys
1,
ready?
round 2.
Round number 2. Wait, this time we're gonna up the ante on your ante.
Yes, that's not a good idea.
3 marshmallows.
It's going at like the side.
Hey,
Actually, when you did the 2 marshmallows, you stabbed me in the roof of my mouth.
here, I'll hand this to you.
Yeah, thank
I'll hand
you.
this to you. I'm just gonna
You're injuring.
individually feed you each marshmallow. It's kind of like feeding you like grapes or something. Like, there you go. All right. I swear, you're chewing. I hear chewing. All right. 3 marshmallows each. I think Bacon definitely won the first round. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. Say it.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Oh, bro, you're already struggling, man. Here, get your mallows. Not that one. I was saving that for... Oh, go ahead. Take it. All right. Baker. Mm-hmm. Here comes the choo-choo. Oh, you accidentally got 2.
What are you guys saying?
Here, just take one. Just one off the end.
Oh.
Why did you make that? Why would you make that noise? Why?
If we get him laughing, he loses.
Here, you guys out there on Facebook, go ahead and you can play with us as well. Instagram, there you go. Perfect. I didn't actually want to hit the camera because then it'll be all messed
funny,
up.
though.
Joy wants to play Chubby Bunny.
Actually, the people are requesting that you play.
That I play?
Oh!
Well, this is going to be gross, so I'll get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Just discard the skewers. We're going to restart this. Spit out your marshmallows.
Come on.
We're going to give the audience what they want, and the 3 of us, apparently... Must you? You're disgusting. You sicken me. All right. Please discharge your marshmallows.
They're gone.
Okay. All right. Here goes the game. I have to preach. That's why I wasn't planning on playing. But let's give the people what they want. Drop a marshmallow emoji in the comments if you
Actually,
want me to play this game.
Arnie Palmies are a good way to wash out your mouth after eating marshmallows.
Are you paid to do this or something? All right.
No.
Get your marshmallows. Here you go. Here you go.
This one.
Authentic marshmallow.
Authentic.
It's
So-
not cotton balls.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Going back to Instagram. We got a low battery warning, but we are back in the business. All right, here we go.
What business?
Cheers, boys.
Think
To the youth ministry.
Shut up and take it. All right. Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Let's do it again. Here's another marshmallow.
To friendship.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Do this again. Number 3. You don't have to toast every time. Okay, ready? Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Okay, number 4. Oh boy.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
I think I'm gonna win this by a landslide. I could preach with these marshmallows in my mouth.
Do it.
Thus saith the Lord. All right, here we go. Numero 5. Here we go. Something wrong, Baker? Mm-hmm. Chubby Bunny. I think
Chubby bunny.
cap is 5. Man. Can you even do 6?
Yeah, you can.
He nods.
You got a
I
big
think
mouth.
I think he's already lost, personally. Hey, ready? It's starting to leak. Alright, number 6. Chubby Bunny. I think I would. Sorry, say it, please. I don't think he can do this. Chubby Bunny. How far can I go? This is fun. Chubby Bunny. Number 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's gross. For those of you who are watching at home, that was nasty.
Oh, man.
Wow. Throw a bunny emoji in there for that game. That was a good game.
I did beat Baker in the first one. You guys know it.
That last one, I almost choked on him. When I laughed, I almost died.
Ugh. Man, that is what marshmallows that cost like $2.79 taste like.
Yeah, they're not the fluffiest marshmallows I've had. They're like dense.
It's like they're just made of like starch and gross things.
Isn't that what all
I
marshmallows
think
are
it
made
might
out
be
of?
styrofoam.
Probably. I think it was styrofoam. Also, the aftertaste is awful.
It is.
It tastes like cardboard.
I'm not having a good time.
That's why you have a palmy.
This is why you get like the one brand that marshmallows have that are branded.
Gross.
Jet puff.
That's
Well,
what it is.
you know, thank you guys so much for watching whatever that was. Got real interesting there towards the end. So, well, hey, let's give it up for these guys who are participating in Chubby Bunny, our faithful interns and leaders, the pastors of the future right here, who are going to be helping out with GYC. So, anyways, we're going to jump into the message, but not the three of us.
No.
These two guys are going to go.
I was waiting.
Be gone from my presence. Adios.
Muchacho.
All right, well, let's see if anything strange happens with my mouth because, man, like Baker, that was just gross. Like, I still feel like this residue from the marshmallows just all over.
Get Arnold Palmer.
You need to cancel that sponsorship because it
You
is
pay too much money to cancel it.
deeply annoying. Well, hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining in today. We are continuing in our series, which is actually brand new, so we're not continuing it. But it is called Keep Scrolling. And so keep scrolling in the sense of when you're on Instagram, when you're on whatever other social media, and you see a post that you may not necessarily like, you have the option to either interact with it or to keep scrolling. And so we are going to be diving into this series today because, as we know, social media is a really interesting place for all of us in the year 2020 especially. So also pray for me because my mouth just feels really strange after this whole game. So it's going to be great. So I want to start off with a question as we dive into this series, Keep Scrolling. In the comments, have you guys ever had a situation where you've tried interacting with someone and it just went absolutely terribly? Now that could be maybe you were trying to interact with a person at school that you had a crush on and you tried to approach them about your feelings and it did not go well. Maybe you tried to interact with a teacher and they just still gave you an F on your test even though you were pleading for extra credit. Maybe you were trying to interact with your parents to see if they would let you have a friend over and that interaction did not go well. I have one specific interaction that did not go well, which I would like to share with you guys, and that was when I went to the wonderful country of Germany. I actually have German ancestry in my heritage, so for me it felt like going to the motherland. I can count maybe to 10 in Germish. That's not a language. In German, if I can remember how to do it. Josh Bacon is shaking his head in the back because he speaks a lot of German, yeah?
A good amount.
A good amount of German.
Understand it.
So there was this one time where I went to a supermarket in Germany, and my friend Cameron, who was on this school trip with me, he taught me how to go and essentially, like, all the basic things you needed to know to communicate while in a supermarket. And I remember going up to the counter and I had bought a Red Bull because, fun fact, when you go to Germany, their coffee shops are completely different. So if you are a coffee person, you have very limited options. Also, pretty much nothing is available without dairy. So if you're lactose intolerant like me, there's not a lot for you in Germany. If you're gluten-free too, pretty much everything has bread with it. So just know that. But I remember going up to a check stand at a supermarket, and the lady had just spoken like perfect English to the person who was right in front of me. And so I remember going up to her and I was like, I'm going to try speaking German to try and interact with the locals. Like, what could possibly go wrong in this story? So I go up to the counter, I hand her all my items, she scans them, and then she starts kind of talking to me in an elevated tone in German like she's frustrated. And what I didn't know at the time was that I had handed her the incorrect amount of change, okay? And that's kind of a big deal when you're trying to underpay someone, I guess. Some people care about getting them the amount of money they need. And so this lady starts trying to inform me in another language that I had given her the wrong amount of money. And what I end up doing, I kind of panic and freeze in the moment, and all I can get out is the word nein, which is basically just German for no. Literally a couple times I just said nein. So she thinks I'm just another German person who was just arguing with her, saying I gave her the right amount of money when I actually didn't. This interaction ended up going so poorly, I just pushed the items across the counter and actually ran out of the store into a street in the middle of Europe. That was my story about how that interaction went. Then my friend had to go in and actually buy all of the items that I needed. And you see, I had the right intentions. I wanted to try and relate to people who live there. And I think for many of us, we have the right intentions when it comes to interacting with others, but we're not always sure how to actually handle those interactions correctly and in a way that is positive and constructive. And if we look at today's world, you don't have to go far on social media, whether it's Instagram, whether you're one of the older people tuning in and you have a Facebook, you don't have to go far to actually find a lot of posts, a lot of opinions, a lot of comments that are challenging to interact with. And when we look at all the situations that our world is currently navigating, you have the coronavirus pandemic. Recently, masks became mandatory starting this Friday. You heard it here first. Dinius Channel 4 News. Just kidding, you probably heard it somewhere else. You also have the issue of racial injustice, where there's some genuine racial inequality in our country that needs to be addressed. And you have these different issues going around. And I think it's easy for some of us to look at these problems and to feel like everything going on is just so big and so over our heads. And even for myself at a couple points, I've questioned, how exactly do I interact? How exactly do I respond when I see people say certain things? How do I navigate these topics with leaders, with students, with people I talk to on a daily basis? And I think a lot of us, we have a heart to want to make a difference for the good. For many of us out there, we want to see racial inequality become racial equality become more prevalent. We want to see equal rights for people of color. For some of us, we want to see this pandemic end. We want to help other people in the middle of it. But these issues can feel huge and way over our heads, but we have a genuine desire to want to make a difference. You see, our tendency when we don't know how to engage, and that's the heart of this series, is simply to keep scrolling. When we see a post where we're not sure how to respond, when we feel like we need to say something encouraging to a person who needs it on social media, sometimes it's easier for us as students simply to keep scrolling. And today we're going to be talking about how in a world and a climate that we live in, do we as students, as young people, actually make a difference? Our passage for today is going to be Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. And it's from one of Jesus' most famous teachings called the Sermon on the Mount. And here is what it says. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. Now, this is a really interesting passage. For many of us, when we think of the word salt, we think of the word salty. And if someone's being salty, it's usually not a good thing. But what Jesus is actually talking about here, back in this current day and age, is that salt was actually used to preserve food. Yes, it also was used to bring flavor, but specifically in this passage, salt preserves different things, and it keeps it from decaying. And I think for a lot of us, when we see people who are engaging in arguments, when we see people fighting, when we see hatred, when we see people casting others out because of their opinions, what we are seeing is a decay of relationships. And I believe that for all of us as students, when Jesus says that as Christ followers, we are the salt of the earth, that to some extent we are called to use our good works for Jesus and be an extension of his grace to preserve some of these relationships, to bring healing to situations that need it, and to show God's love and God's grace and his hope to people who need to experience it. You see, salt that has lost its quality, Jesus tells us in this passage, is no longer good for anything. And back in that culture, what they would actually do is when salt was no longer good for flavoring food or for preserving food, they would actually use it for construction of roads and of roofs. So when Jesus says that it's literally trampled underfoot, it quite literally is used to build a road, and it's trampled underfoot because its original purpose is no longer there and it is worthless. You see, for all of us, when we choose not to engage in conversations, when we choose to be negative, when we choose to insult other people because of their beliefs, when we choose not to take a stand for those less fortunate than ourselves, our faith is essentially worthless. Now, that's a big statement for a lot of us, because to some extent, being passive in these situations, being passive when there are people who need encouragement, being passive when there's people who need someone to stand up for them, that in a way is a salt losing its flavor, becoming worthless essentially. You see, all of us as Christ followers, we are called, even as students, to speak encouragement, to speak life, to speak hope and to speak love into a hurting and broken world where it is so desperately needed. God hasn't called us as young people to sit on the sidelines. And these issues that we're facing today, yeah, they can feel huge, they can feel overwhelming. But my encouragement for all of us is to actually try to make a difference, to actually try to go and reach people, to actually show God's love to everyone. We are called to make a difference and help keep our world from falling apart, to bring the healing and the hope of Jesus into all of our communities. The main point from today is this, and that is that when you don't know how to make a difference, start with loving people. If you're out there taking notes, I'll say that again. When you don't know how to make a difference, start with loving people. And what we see is that loving people starts with a single step. First thing I think we can do to help love people, and that is to listen to those who are different than you. I'm convinced that most people out there are way more confident behind a computer and their phone than they are in an in-person conversation. And I think if we had more in-person dialogue, then I think we'd see a lot more progress happening. What would it look like for you as a student to identify someone in your life who may believe or see things differently than you and practically extend love by maybe being one of the only people to sit and listen and hear them out? The next step you can take for love is this, and that is to serve those who are in need. Who is it in your life that needs you? What is a need for maybe a friend or a family member or someone in the community that you might be the only person who is able to meet that need? The last thing is this, and that is to encourage people who need it the most. You see, oftentimes I believe that we can feel this pressure to have all the right words, to have all the solutions, to know exactly what to say and what to do. And simply, I believe that one of the simplest things you can do is just to say, hey, I love you, I care about you, I'm here for you, Jesus loves you, whatever that looks like. It's not actually that hard to be an encouragement to people. And right now, our world is full of tension, it's full of conflict, there's a lot of healing and forgiveness that are needed. And my question for all of us is, what would our world look like if we as a generation of students chose to rise up and choose to show the love of Jesus through practical, simple steps? I believe we'd see more constructive conversations. I believe we'd have more respect for people's differences. I believe we'd see people begin to come to Christ because someone took the time to practically show them the love of Jesus. So my encouragement for all of us as we jump into small groups is to dialogue in your groups through some of these questions, how to have positive interactions, and how to be a blessing to others in the year 2020. So I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then we will dismiss into our Zoom groups. But God, I thank you so much for today. God, I thank you for every single student who tuned in to live tonight. God, I thank you for the chances that we still have to gather, to have fun together. God, to talk about your word and to have it challenge us in how we live our lives. Jesus, I pray that you would guide all of us today in our conversations. God, I pray they would be constructive. God, give our leaders wisdom as they lead and be with all of us, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for jumping in with us. We're going to go ahead and conclude the live stream now. So if any of the people sitting in the back could push the buttons for me. We love you guys. Jump into Zoom groups. DM us if you don't have the link. We love you. We'll see you in 5 minutes.